Hello, everybody, and welcome to another training session with C21 Percy Fulton. My name is Katelyn Fulton, and I'm excited to share with you guys our new CRM campaigns. So let's get to it. So, as always, you're going to log into my.hub21.ca, and you're going to head right over to C21 Engage. So just a reminder, C21 Engage is your new CRM platform. There's a whole bunch of different tools to use on it. Last week's session, we talked all about using neighborhood news as a way to stay in contact with any of your past clients, current clients, as well as any lead generation as well. But for today's purpose, we're going to be talking about a new campaign. So once you've logged right into C21 Engage, you're going to head over to this button called Campaigns. So this platform has already pre-populated a whole bunch of different drip campaigns that you can now add to your communication with all of your contacts in your database. So of course, just like we spoke about before, in order to be able to use your C21 Engage, you do need to upload contacts to this. For today's purpose, we're going to be talking about different email campaigns. So it is very important that you have email addresses for all of your past clients, current clients, anyone that you talk to about real estate. They should all be inputted into this database. So there's a whole bunch of different ones. So we're going to talk about today my campaigns. We'll talk about e-blast, which is actually just sending out a mass email. Neighborhood news we spoke about last week. So if you missed that video, check on my last week's video on neighborhood news. There's also a way to send campaigns on any of your new listings, and then you can keep track of your emails here. So step one, let's go to add from library. So I'm going to show you guys that you guys have a ton of amazing campaigns that are just at your fingertips. One of the ones that I'm going to highly recommend that you add your database to is the Life at Home newsletter. So this is just a monthly newsletter that gets automatically sent out at the very beginning of the month. As you can see, it already has the campaign schedule sent for you. So on January 4th, February 1st, you can see that it's at the very beginning of each month. It's already pre-populated. So it's got things such as how to incorporate the color of the year into your home, 7 decorating mistakes. So you can see that it is a very fluffy type of email. We do have the option of sending out a newsletter that is very much more Toronto real estate stats, but otherwise you do have this one as well. It's got a whole bunch of nice stuff on it that your clients can click through. And like I mentioned in previous posts, sometimes the open rate on these email campaigns is not going to be very high. I would almost predict maybe 10% of people will actually open this email. And that does seem very low, but about 10 to 20% of your database should be working with you if you're doing it properly. So even though the open rate is not very high, they may see your name pop up in their mailbox once a month, and that's what's important. You want to stay on top of mind. So don't get too over analytical on what type of content is in these. You can edit these as well, but the whole purpose, again, is just to maintain some sort of communication via email with them. So they may delete it, but if they don't, great. But maybe that month they just happen to be thinking about buying or selling real estate, and maybe they'll respond to one of these newsletters. So that's the Life at Home. Some other really great newsletters campaigns that we have added is there's a lot for prospecting. So let's take a look at the prospecting one. So this would be maybe for a potential new buyer. This is maybe somebody that maybe you met with, maybe you had a phone conversation and they just want to talk about the steps to buying a house. So as soon as you sign them up in your database, the same day they're going to get an email that says, "Nice to meet you." So it'll say, "It was really nice to meet you. I know that the process of buying and selling homes can be stressful. I just want to let you know that I'm here." So for about 68 days, they're going to receive some type of pre-populated email from you, just really staying in touch with them, keeping them up to date on how to purchase a home. So again, it's just a really nice touch point to really just stay in contact with any cold leads that were thinking about buying, but maybe not quite ready. So you can set any prospects up for this list as well. Perfect. I'm going to move my head over to this side a little bit. So we're going to go back to the library. There's some other templates that I thought would be interesting for you to get to know. Holidays is one of them. We'll talk about that a little bit. So when you click on the preview, you can also set up your clients to receive a campaign on the different holidays throughout the year. So you'll have a Happy New Year, you'll have a Lunar New Year. You can even remind people of the time changes. So springing forward, remind your contacts to change their clocks, Easter. We even have Ramadan, Eid. There's a whole bunch of different types of holidays that you can set your clients up to receive. Now, if there are certain holidays on there that you don't want your clients to get from you, you can also deselect which holidays and take them out completely. But again, this is another touch point that I would highly recommend adding your database to as just another touch point throughout the year. And again, you may have a low open rate, but the whole point is to see your name pop up in their mailbox, stay on top of mind, and maybe hopefully they'll be thinking about you when they're ready to make a move. Another one that I thought was really great to take a look at, and I do encourage you to click through all these different templates that you guys do have. There's a really great seasonal maintenance drip campaign that you can also check out. So every quarter, it's going to remind your past clients, future clients, different things that they can be doing around the house. I know this is something that I would love to receive from someone, just to remind you to, for example, clean your gutters in the spring, inspect your roof, check your seals, check the cooling system. There's even one in the summer talking about mowing your lawn, aerating, a whole bunch of really great information on this to send out to your clients. So again, another fall one, reminding them to check their gutters, smoke detectors, their chimneys, all that great stuff. So this is another 4-point touch system that you could be adding to your clients. Now, one of the ones I really wanted to point out for you guys is these post sales. These are really strong campaigns. One complaint that we hear a lot from the public is having a real estate agent that sells them a home and then they never hear from them again. And we don't want to be those people. So if you find that you're really bad at following up with your clients after the sale of their property, you may want to consider setting them up for this post-sale campaign. So for example, this one is for a seller. So 2 days after you sign them up for it, they're going to get an email from you that says, "Congratulations on selling your home. I just wanted to personally thank you for putting your trust in me throughout this complicated process. And again, thank you so much for using me." And then after a week, it's going to send out another email asking them for a referral. In 2 weeks, it's going to send them a testimonial request. So if you wanted to edit this and put your Google reviews, or maybe you have it on Facebook, wherever you are allowing your customers to review your services, put that link in here. Then in a month, it's also going to check in on them. And then in 60 days, it will check in on them again. Now, there's another one that's for buyers. This is actually a 6-month follow-up. So after your clients have purchased their home, they're going to get a similar email campaign, but it's a little bit longer than what you're going to see with the sellers. So again, it's going to ask them for a referral. In 2 weeks, it'll ask for a testimonial. And then it's just going to do a month check-in just to see how the house has been, how unpacking has gone. And then they're going to get a 60-day follow-up, again, just to check in, make sure that everything's going okay. And then in 6 months, it's also going to send them an email, just checking in on them, checking in on the neighborhood, and just reaching out to them. So if you do find that you're really terrible at sending out a follow-up to your clients, this may be a really great platform to check in with. Now, there are some of you out there that are doing lead generation. So if you guys are curious to, maybe you guys are doing a landing page for a pre-construction project, or you're trying to sign people up for your newsletter, you can actually go ahead and set up your own templates as well. And then you can create whatever content you want. So if you wanted to do 0 days after the start, you want to do one a week later, a 2-week template. This is something that you guys can reach out to us, and we're going to be happy to sit down with you guys if you want to talk about different strategies on campaigns that you can be creating. So that's quite a bit. If you have questions on how to set this up, please let's sit down one-on-one. Let's talk about what we can do to really increase your services by adding these campaigns to your tool belt. A lot of you out there may need help updating your database, so please reach out to us. We'll help you do the CSV file. We'll import your clients onto this, and we'll help you get your campaign set up. So instead of me showing you guys click by click on how to set it up, I would love for you guys to reach out to me individually, and we'll sit down with you and we'll go over the campaigns. But as you can see, there's quite a vast majority of different campaigns that you guys can get set up. And what's even greater is you guys can actually keep track of the open rate, how many people unsubscribed. It will send you an email when people unsubscribe, how many people clicked on it. You can't see it on here on my campaigns yet, but as you start to build your campaigns, you will be able to track which campaigns are working and which ones are not. So I hope you guys learned a lot and are open to seeing all the different features of the platforms that you guys have exposure to. Again, if you haven't checked out our last week's session on neighborhood news, this is another great campaign that you can add your clients to. And then, of course, all the ones that we talked about today. Very strong, powerful stuff that I hope you guys will add into your services for your clients. And as always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to myself or any of the other management team so that we can get you started on your campaigns. I hope you have a great week, and we'll catch up with you guys soon.